At exactly 7:34 a.m. on Monday, August 10th, 2026, the ground beneath western Colombia violently gave way. The magnitude 7.4 rupture centered near San Jose del Palmar in the Chocó department. Within seconds, massive shockwaves radiated outward, triggering evacuations well beyond Colombia's borders, into Panama, Ecuador, and Venezuela. Directly above the rupture zone sits a vulnerable valley community, nestled within the steep topography of the Andes. Because Chocó is historically the most impoverished region in Colombia, the local infrastructure was already fragile. The rugged terrain and lack of robust road networks immediately presented monstrous logistical hurdles for incoming rescue teams. As communications came back online, the human toll escalated rapidly. Officials quickly confirmed at least 164 fatalities, over 880 injuries, and thousands reported missing. Entire commercial blocks and residential neighborhoods across western Colombia were reduced to vast, fractured fields of concrete and twisted metal. The damage extended to the region's most critical emergency lifelines. In Cali, the University Hospital of the Valley suffered severe structural collapses, forcing patient evacuations and disabling a major medical hub when needed most. Regional transportation networks paralyzed simultaneously. Travelers at Paredes Matecane Airport ran for cover as the terminal ceiling caved in, leading civil aviation authorities to ground flights across 7 major airports. In Manizales, immense seismic forces sheared away a primary tower of the cathedral basilica, sending tons of masonry crashing down into the main nave. With government resources stretched thin, local police and civilian volunteers immediately began digging through the shattered bricks of collapsed stores to search for survivors. The simultaneous loss of hospitals, runways, and communication lines creates a severe crisis within a crisis. The very pathways required to bring in heavy lifting equipment and medical aid are choked with the same debris trapping the victims. To understand this destruction, look off the coast where the Nazca Plate drives beneath the South American Plate. This failure didn't happen at the shallow interface. It occurred 110 kilometers underground, where tremendous pressure caused a strike-slip fault, an internal horizontal tearing along the descending crust itself, rather than a vertical snap. Shallow earthquakes typically concentrate devastation in a tight radius, but when a rupture occurs over 100 kilometers down, the Earth's dense mantle acts like a massive acoustic lens, broadcasting seismic energy upward over a much wider geographic footprint. Because of this deep acoustic broadcasting, cities situated hundreds of miles away from the Chocó epicenter, including Cali and the capital city of Bogotá, still suffered extreme structural stress. This disaster arrived at a highly precarious political moment. The earthquake struck less than a week after President Espriella was sworn in. The new administration immediately declared a state of national disaster and established a unified command post in Bogotá to coordinate the fragmented relief efforts. Regional anxiety was already high. Just 2 months prior, devastating twin earthquakes in neighboring Venezuela claimed the lives of more than 6,000 people. While the proximity in time is unsettling, geologists confirm the 2 events are mechanically independent. They occurred in completely different geological contexts, despite sharing the broader South American plate boundary. President Espriella built his platform on taking decisive action. Now, his ability to manage this unexpected humanitarian nightmare will likely determine the strength of his political mandate for the rest of his term. The scale of the medical emergency quickly drew in global resources. Organizations like Direct Relief and AmeriCares immediately mobilized to route vital surgical supplies, antibiotics, and first responder packs to the overwhelmed local clinics. Simultaneously, massive logistics pipelines opened to distribute emergency food rations, clean water, and sanitation kits to the thousands of families forced out of crumbling homes. The international community stepped in to fill the financial and technical gaps. The United States committed $15.5 million in emergency relief, while neighboring nations like Ecuador and El Salvador deployed specialized, self-sustaining search and rescue teams. Before international aid could arrive, the immediate burden fell entirely on local communities, digging through a landscape of profound loss with their bare hands. The ground only shook for 120 seconds. For the people of Chocó and Valle del Cauca, clearing the dust and rebuilding their history will take a generation.